r/ProRevenge.
Friend crank called me at my job, so I had him served with a fake paternity suit at his. 10 years ago, a friend of mine crank called me several times in my office over the course of a day. I decided in that moment that 1, this would not stand, and 2, rather than entering into a long, protracted quagmire of a prank war, I would use the nuclear option and end it immediately. My friend Mike was a well-known local bartender. I worked at the same bar as a bouncer, and he was very much enjoying single life at the time, facts which I knew I could take advantage of. Soon a plan began to form. I would have him served with a fake paternity suit while he was working at the bar. So, I compiled a ton of free online legal documents, not just for the paternity suit but also income disclosure forms, statements of parental rights, and suggested visitation schedules pending demonstrable proof of sobriety. I filled out all the forms, then smeared what looked like date received stamps as proof they had been filed and ran copies to make those stamps even more illegible. From there, I crafted a backstory to be included in a cover letter from the fictional mother's fake law firm, the nearby city / Family Law Center, on letterhead and all. The mother was an Irish exchange student visiting the area the previous summer. She had only been with Mike, so she knew the baby, Eliza, was his. The cover letter encouraged Mike to call during regular office hours to discuss arranging a DNA test to affirm paternity. I set up a generic voicemail for the number listed as the office on the letterhead. By the end, the paperwork was somewhere between 20 to 25 pages. I enlisted another friend not known by Mike to serve the documents and instructed him to do so around 10 p.m. on a Saturday evening. I told him to keep the interaction very simple. I wasn't able to be by the back bar because I knew I would be laughing too hard, but based on eyewitness reports it played out like this. Friend. Are you Mike, last name / Mike? Yes. Friend. Michael, middle name, last name / Mike? Yes. Friend. Drops folder on bar / Mike. What's that? Friend. Paternity suit. You've been served, turns around and immediately walks out of the bar / Mike. Yeah, that sounds about right. Mike read through the packet, shakily poured himself several drinks, and then ran over to the bar owner, who was aware of the prank, to ask what to do. He also called the number on the letterhead but sadly did not leave a voicemail. After a solid 10 minutes of intense psychological revenge, the owner finally told Mike he should closely read the last page of the packet. On it, in size 2 font it read, "Go fuck yourself, Mike." At which point, Mike ran to the front door and punched me in the chest. Epilogue. Several months later, Mike was on a trip across the country. He had left his car at home with his mom, who generously had it washed for him. Mike for some reason kept the paternity suit paperwork in his driver's side door. During the course of the car wash, his mother found it and read the entire thing, then called him sobbing in the middle of the night asking why he hadn't told her about her bastard Irish granddaughter.
A response to the post.
That epilogue though, odd, you think he was frantically trying to explain, or he was just laughing his ass off on how incredible this revenge was.
OP's response to this comment.
After figuring out why she was frantically sobbing, he eventually calmed her down. She didn't believe him the first few times he explained that the baby wasn't real. I met her for the first time about 8 years later at his wedding. She held a grudge.
A response to the post.
Petty revenge, served pro. Me likey. The fact he dealt himself an extra serving of the revenge is icing on the cake.
OP's response to this comment.
If this makes the front page of Reddit, I'm going to screenshot it, print it out, and send it framed to my friend as an eternal reminder.
A response to the post.
This is great. Love that his mom found it, too. Another win for you.
A response to this comment.
Didn't want a prank war. Accidentally got mom involved, who will tell her children, grandchildren, except Eliza, about this and have them swear to revenge her almost granddaughter. One day he'll wake up to his apartment covered in jello and the phrase "for Eliza" emblazoned on the door. A few weeks later his car is towed for non-payment to the Elizan Payday Loan Company.
A response to the post.
I doubt anyone will ever prank you again. I'm curious how many hours you spent orchestrating this fucking epic, nuclear, revenge.
Oh, peace response to this comment.
I spent a Friday afternoon preparing it all.
A response to the post.
Would you have done this if he just prank called you instead of crank calling?